Hey everyone, Champions Arena launched 1 month ago, and in this video I'm going to talk about how my experience has been playing Champions Arena, and I'm also going to talk about how the earnings have been for the past month and answer some questions that people have been asking me for the past 4 weeks. First, I'm going to talk about my experience, and personally I've been playing this game every day. I enjoy it. I've collected many champions, leveled up, done well in the arena. I've also spent money, so I get advantages from that, of course, and I've gotten lucky. I got this powerful champion called Zafrina from doing the summoning in our estates, and I've been using her in the arena, and I've been just kicking people's butts, been doing very good, top 50 right now. And you know, it's more fun whenever you're actually doing good and beating people and getting the top ranks. It always is more fun, but that either requires you to get lucky or spend a bunch of money, or both of them pretty much. I'm still enjoying the game. I'm still going to keep playing the game. I'm still gonna keep spending money whenever I want to spend money within the game. That's my gameplay experience. Now I'm going to talk about the earnings, and to do that I'm going to jump to the spreadsheet that I created for the Champions Arena earnings tracker. You can find a link to that spreadsheet in the description of the video. So here we are. I made this spreadsheet whenever Champions Arena launched to start keeping track of how the earnings have been going in Champions Arena, because I know a lot of people are always asking like how much Gala can you get for all the victory points that you get, and I'm not going to talk about how to earn in this video. If you want to hear all about that, I recommend you watch my previous video about how to earn in Champions Arena. In this video I'm just going to talk about how the earnings have been for the past 30 days. I've been recording my own personal earnings and spending. I'm going to show you it here. I don't know if I'll always have this on the spreadsheet, but at least for the first month I'll have it on here. So very first day, launch date was August 24th. As of recording this video, we just got the payout for September 23rd, but it is now September 24th within the game. The first couple of days we're getting a high amount of Gala, probably because there was a lot of spending, and it also took into account the spending that happened before the game launched, and the price of Gala was about 0.015. As of today, price of Gala is 0.013, which means it has dropped about 10%. It is taking into account the current price of Gala in the spreadsheet right here. So yeah, first couple of days that had the highest earning. Looking 1 week later on August 31st, earnings dropped to about $10 per day because there was more players in the game collecting victory points. And also I want to mention the victory points to Gala ratio. You see, whenever you go higher in the ranks in the arena, you get more victory points, and with the more players that play, obviously more victory points are getting collected. So the victory point to Gala ratio will almost always be dropping because of that. However, whenever the new season starts up, as you can see on September 6th, season 2 started up, and the victory point to Gala ratio went back to 3.3. The earnings skyrocketed back up, just based off the victory points. That's what that means. That's because everybody is set back to silver rank, and almost everybody gets a lower amount of victory points while they're trying to climb up to gold and diamond and platinum. So that's why that happened. And once again, the victory point to Gala ratio starts climbing, and it gets worse, and that dilutes the earnings even more. So people get less and less earnings because of that. So the major factors here are the amount of victory points people are getting, but also the amount of money that's getting spent in the game. First 2 weeks, I do believe a lot of people were spending money in the game. These past 2 weeks, I feel like less people have been spending money in the game, just because I suppose there's not as much hype into it, or people bought what they were already planning on buying. So yeah, that's pretty much how it goes. You'll be able to see all the numbers here, how much Gala I've collected, the equivalent USD value. My biggest earning day was launch day, the very first day, 2,500 Gala. My worst day was 19th of September. That was the last day of season 2. I didn't actually do the arena much that day. That's why I only did a couple matches. Some days are missing here. I do want to point that out. September 4th and September 5th, that was between season 1 and season 2. It's called pre-season. There's no victory points that you can earn during pre-season while they're transitioning to the next season. And once again, on September 20th, that was the free season between season 2 and season 3. So at the moment we are on season 3. Each season lasts about 14 days, and on these free seasons, you can't earn any victory points, but the revenue from that day pretty much goes to the next day. So the day that a new season starts up, it counts as like revenue from 2 days pretty much. That's how that works. So total, I've earned 29,000 Gala, which with the current price of Gala, it was $387 earned in this first month. Over here, it shows everything that you could purchase for Champions Arena. I filled this out with all the purchases I made since the last video, which was 1 week of earnings. I have spent more on some equipment packages and also gem packages. So I've spent more money. I pretty much spent the money that I have earned. And over here, total spending, days, 28 days of earnings per day. It's been about $14 per day. I would expect it to go between the $5 to $10 range, and net earnings is at a negative right now. And there's a chart just showing Gala to victory point ratio over time. You can see that I am at a loss if you compare the amount of money that I've spent versus the amount of money that I've gained. If I were to sell all my NFTs, I would be at a profit if I were to do that, but I don't want to do that. And also, I am still collecting items within the game, collecting levels and ranking up my champions, and that further increases their value. They're going to keep adding new content into the game, which will introduce even more stuff. So the main takeaway here is, if you want to play this game to try to get rich or make a bunch of money, don't do that. That's not the point. It's a game. You want to be playing this to have fun. You can make more money than you spend. It is possible. And here's the way you're going to have to do that. First of all, at the moment, you still need an NFT in order to earn. So you would have to get an NFT. No matter what, you would have to spend some money on that if you want to earn right now, and build up your team, but don't spend any more money in the game, and just do the arena, collect victory points, and collect whatever amount of Gala you can from that. It's based off how much you play, obviously. So if you can play hours and hours or almost all day, you'll be earning more. And if your team is stronger and you can get into the higher ranks, then you'll be earning much more. That's how that works. Now, if you don't want to buy an NFT, then you're gonna have to wait till November. That's when the rental system comes out. You'll be able to rent a champion from somebody else within the game. Then you'll be able to use it in the arena, and you'll actually be able to earn Gala without having to spend any money in the game. Just note that you're only going to be earning 20% of what you could have been earning if you had your own champion. So when you do the math, 20%, you're going to be earning way less Gala, but you'll be earning Gala, so you wouldn't have spent any money. All of the money you make is profit. Just keep in mind, you're going to be making pennies a day, even if you play all day. That's just how it is. It depends on, obviously, the revenue the game makes. You could make more than a couple pennies, but don't expect to get rich just off playing this game. And make sure you have fun playing Champions Arena. That's like the whole point. So reason I keep spending money, and I pretty much only spend the money based off what I'm making. So like, I've made 387 bucks, right? So recently I bought some gems and equipment packages, and that pretty much means I spent like 300 or 400 bucks on that. I do that to make further progress in the game, and because I actually enjoy the game. I don't care about making a profit or trying to make money off this game at the moment. It's only been a month. I'm gonna keep playing this game. I don't expect to really make a profit until I get enough minting scrolls to mint my Zafrina champion, which is going to be worth a good amount. And if I were to sell it in the future, once I don't want to play anymore, then I'll get a good chunk of cash from that, in addition to anything else that I've acquired that I do want to sell. So that's the way I see it, but right now that's really not my mindset. I just want to play the game and enjoy it, and these earnings, I'll spend them again. I don't care. That's just the way I'm looking at it. So yeah, this spreadsheet will also have a page where you can input how much Gala you've earned for each respective day, and it's going to tell you how much victory points that would have been. Somebody's been filling it out here. I mean, I do have a notice here saying anybody could just clear this and fill it out, so just keep that in mind. You probably want to actually keep track of this yourself privately. And I do have this one right here. This one, you can make a copy of it. Just copy to new spreadsheet, make your own spreadsheet, and the colors are probably going to be all off. Just fix the theme colors however you want. You would have to go to format, theme, and change the colors. That's just however you want to customize it. But this spreadsheet right here, you would type in how much Gala you got, and it would pretty much calculate the earnings. That's pretty much all you had to do to be honest. Just type in how much Gala you got and it'll do the earnings, but you'll also be able to put how much money you've spent on the game. And yeah, it'll calculate all of that stuff, as you can see down there. If you really want to, if you've actually been keeping track of your victory points, then you could put the victory points here. Just make sure you put the correct number, because this one is not going to do it for you. If I put 66 victory points, it better be right, because if you put some other number, you're obviously going to get a wrong number for the Gala to victory point ratio and all that. So you see, I'm just putting random numbers here, and you see these are just based off what you put here. It's not actually correct, just based off what you put here. So if you're gonna put the victory points, they better be right and on the right day. Otherwise, just put in the amount of Gala you get and you can keep track of it that way. But yeah, these spreadsheets are here to help you and also to help keep track of the earnings. And hopefully with all that said, you get an idea of whether or not you should spend money to try to make more money in the game, or because you actually enjoy the game. Like I said, I enjoy the game. I'm gonna keep spending money on it. I'm gonna keep making money, and in the end, I don't really care if I make a profit off this. There is a chance that I can make a profit. I own my NFTs. I can sell them for whatever price I want to, or trade them for other ones. That's how the ownership works. That's pretty much all I have to share in this. If you have any additional questions, please let me know, or join my Discord. An invite link is in the description of the video. I'm always on my Discord. You can chat with me there, ask any questions. And if you found this helpful or informative, leave a like, leave a comment, consider subscribing if you haven't done so. I put out a lot of content on Champions Arena to try to help you guys out. And if you ever want to help support me, you can find links on how to do that in the description of the video. And as always, I appreciate your support and thank you for watching.